So I have some very exciting things that are happening. The biggest thing is that I'm doing this full time. This. YouTube and Patreon are my full-time job. Holla. Welcome to ym&t. Don't know if you noticed, but I got a new camera. Hey, today I'm drinking English breakfast, a little bit of milk inside, and per usual Ariel fashion, I've kept the tea bag in there to really soak up all the flav. It is the afternoon though, so perhaps this isn't an English breakfast, but it is an English lunchtime. So what's going on? Welcome to my room. Welcome to my room. I moved into an apartment in Madrid. I found a new place. It's been about maybe like 2 or 3 weeks since I moved in. This place is right in the city center. It's awesome. The rent is way more expensive, but worth it. So I want to give you guys like a life update situation now that I'm back in Madrid and I have a new apartment and I'm getting all settled in and I've kind of been through the transition stage of like, you know, adjusting from home life in America back to Spain life. So I have some very exciting things that are happening. The biggest thing is that I came back to Madrid this year as a full-time musician. I'm doing this full-time. This. YouTube and Patreon are my full-time job. Holla. I'm not making that much, okay? It's not like I'm living this life of luxury or anything. I'm still struggling every month to pay the rent, get those bills in. But the money that I'm making is from ad money from YouTube and money that you guys, you pledge every month to my Patreon. If you're a patron for my Patreon, thank you so much. If you click on ads, or if you view my videos on YouTube, thank you so much, because that is how I'm making money right now. It's crazy, but like, even just like 6 months ago, I uploaded a ym&t about how I was scared to do music full-time and to do creating stuff as a full-time job.
I'm afraid that like, if I stop teaching, I won't have enough money because I don't make enough money from YouTube or from Patreon yet to make it a full-time job.
And I was so sick of teaching and I wanted to be so done with teaching English, but I was just like, I don't know, I'm scared financially if I'm gonna make it.
But maybe admitting this, that I like don't want to teach and that I actually want to pursue music and being creative, admitting that will be a really big step for me to like spread my wings.
So far, it's been really cool. I'm self-employed now, so I make my own schedule, I'm my own boss. If I don't come into work, I know immediately. If I fake sick, I know immediately. I can see through your crap, girl, because you are me and I am you. So what does my day-to-day life kind of look like? For those of you who are curious, I work every single day of the week, but I work from home. Sometimes I'll go to like a cafe nearby and I work for hours. My schedule is, I try to keep it as consistent as possible throughout the week because I don't want to get lazy and I don't want to get unmotivated or depressed. So I try to stay creative. I really am working on making more videos per month. I'm working on answering your direct messages way more often and more consistently on Patreon and on YouTube and even on Instagram. I'm filming videos, I'm editing videos, which editing takes hours, by the way. I don't know if you know, but like this video, for example, probably took me maybe 8 or 10 hours total to edit it all together and like, you know, put that fun music in the background and make sure that the cuts are like interesting and that your attention is still, you know, grabbed. So anyway, editing takes a long time, but that's what a lot of my time is spent doing. And then also, when I'm not doing YouTube stuff in this realm, Patreon over here, I'm answering your direct messages. I am doing a cover a month. So every month, if you donate $10 or more to my Patreon, you can suggest a song to me and I'll put it in a song pool. And every single month I'll pick one song from the pool and do a cover of it and I'll give you a shout out. I'll be like, hey, thanks so-and-so for requesting this song. I also do handwritten song lyrics every single month and video explanations of my lyrics. So that's cool. That's for my $50 patrons a month. Also on top of that, I do a live stream every month and I do that for my patrons $5 and up. So if you donate $5 or more, you get to join in on my monthly live streams and you can tune in and I answer your questions and usually I'm drinking tea and usually I have an instrument with me like a guitar or ukulele and I do song suggestions live. This is very cool. I've liked my live streams. My October live stream was the most fun I've had. The most people logged in for that. They suggested really cool songs. I like did some jazzy versions of some pop songs. We chatted, it was a good time. I have about 114 patrons that donate some amount of money from $1 all the way to $100 every single month to me. And that is just so, so cool that I have that to keep me alive and keep me fed and clothed and living. But also I get to create stuff for you guys always. I'm constantly doing work every single month for Patreon. This is legit a job, and it pays for my bills, pays for my rent, pays for new equipment. You guys are the reason why I can afford to buy new things to make more content for you. It's awesome. Crazy how this works. Aside from that, it is very interesting that like this is my job, because I don't really know what to say to people when I meet them. They're like, what do you do? Do you teach English? Like every other American / English speaking person in Spain. Do you teach English? And I'm like, well, I did that English thing back in the day, back last year, but this year I'm just a musician full time. And like half the people I tell that to are like, oh, that's really cool, amazing, what's your YouTube channel? Like, tell me more about your thing, whatever. And then they like subscribe to my YouTube channel right there. So those people are like very supportive and very like, oh wow, how does that work? And they're very curious, and it's cool. I like talking to people about it. And then there's the other 50%, which is like, they're like, oh, and you make money full time from doing that? Are you also like doing private teaching classes, or like do you work for a company? And I'm like, no, that's my full-time job. So YouTube and Patreon are my full-time job. Most of the time I have to explain to people what Patreon is. I don't think people are as well versed in that world. They're very judgmental and very skeptical and very like, you have savings though, is that what you're saying? And I'm like, no, I don't really have that many savings, but I make enough per month that like it's okay. Do your parents send you $500 a month to like help you pay for rent? No, I earn that money from, again, like I mentioned, YouTube and Patreon, and I make that on my own. Like that's work that I put in, and then I get money back. Like any job. So like you're getting money from the government? No, again, self-employed, getting money from my own work that I put in, and also all money from people who donate per month to me, like my patrons, like I said. Stranger. Oh, okay. Good to meet you. And that's the extent of that conversation. They're very skeptical of it, which is fine, but I feel like I have to prove to them that I make enough to survive every month. It just seems like a lot of proving. I don't know, that's just an interesting observation that I've made just since I've been full-time self-employed creating stuff and not teaching. Those are some things I've noticed. I will admit that sometimes I even feel like, is this a job? Is this even real? Should I be getting revenue from somewhere more stable and more, you know, corporate? But it's working right now, and I like it, and I like working from home. I like making my own schedule. So yeah. One other itty bitty update is just that like I'm performing more often as a musician in a live setting, not just like with videos. I just did a show on Tuesday, this past Tuesday in Madrid. It was with So Far Sounds. It was a really cool experience. It was awesome. Maybe I'll cut to some pictures and videos real quick for you.
Fluorescent lighting on one-way signs I make as I get off of planes, boats and buses and trains far away.
It's technically a secret show, and it's like people pay for their ticket and then they show up to the event, and they don't even know where the event's gonna be till 24 hours before the show, which I think is kind of exciting. They go to the place on the concert night, and then they have no idea what musicians are gonna play. They have no clue if it's like folk, indie, alternative, rock, screamo. It's exciting. So a lot of my friends showed up for that show on Tuesday, but also strangers came, and they had no idea I was performing. No idea what kind of music I played. It was a great experience. Are you guys almost finished with your tea? I'm like hitting the bottom of the cup here. Hitting the bottom of the cup. Do I have anything else for you? No, that's all. Those are my updates. Very exciting stuff. I hope you guys are having a good day. And yeah, thanks so much for watching my stuff. You guys are awesome. It's because of you that I do this. Okay, goodbye.